All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Um, so tonight's guest actually got sick. He reached out to me after he got out of the hospital. He stated he had COVID, so that's that, guys. Um, I'll invite him back on the show, obviously. So it's not a big to do, but yeah, sucks. People are still getting it, but guess what? It's not going to die. So we shall see the heroic prepper on probably later in October. Right. So anyway, guys, the show must go on. So with that being said, uh, it's the destruction of America, guys. I mean, listen, I was looking at something Hochul. All right. So for those of you that don't know, Kathy Hochul is the New York governor. And this idiot, in a video probably a couple weeks ago, was talking about her rights as a governor being stripped from her because the Supreme Court reversed their concealed carry process in New York City. Thank you for the 5 by 5, by the way, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Simple One, and whoever else said it earlier. Um, so, guys, again, with that, it seems that this governor, and I'm going to explain a little more on the Angry Truth channel later tonight. But she sits, she has the audacity, guys, to sit there and say that it strips her of her rights to protect New Yorkers. Listen to what I'm saying. She says that the Supreme Court stripped her rights to protect New Yorkers from gun violence. This is what this bitch said. This psychologically damaged asshole actually said this. So, keep in mind, guys, crime in the cities in New York State are skyrocketing. New York City is probably one of the higher rates. She goes on, and I'm going to put the link to the videos in the video I'm releasing tomorrow on the Angry Truth channel, talking about this bullshit that she's talking about. And uh, guys, it's fucking insane. It's like it's she actually thinks she's protecting New Yorkers, or that the Supreme Court is no longer protecting New Yorkers because they're reversing their concealed carry process. Now, it was more about the concealed carry process, guys, than it is that we can actually own a firearm. To own a firearm in New York State, sorry, is still hard. In New York City, it's still hard. Just because the Supreme Court reversed the process doesn't mean that New York City isn't going to come up with another way to complicate that process. But they say that we didn't have due process and we didn't have, it wasn't fair, basically, is what they were saying. So when you watch the video is like 47. One is 30 minutes long and the other is 47-minute long. But they're within the first 5 to 6 minutes of each video. She makes these asinine statements about her rights being stripped as a governor to protect New Yorkers. Okay. Then you have the Roe versus Wade thing getting overturned. You had that bullshit go down. Okay. So now we are watching, guys, the left, Democrats, socialists, whatever you want to call them, destroy this country. The destruction of this country, guys, is in full effect. It's no longer being hidden. It's not a secret. They're not hiding. They're doing it out in the open. We are all watching what's going on with Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, or rather the state of Illinois. Sorry, it leads to a lot of bullshit. So we're seeing a lot of problems with this. Um, sorry, trying to find it and I can't. There it is. It's right in fucking front of me. We're seeing a lot of problems, or a lot of people lying about what's going on in Chicago. Uh, Here's the problem, guys. The You can be arrested for all of these things: violent crimes, burglary, robbery, arson, kidnapping, murder, murder in the second degree, murder in self-defense. You can still be arrested. You will be arrested, but whether or not you're detained is a different subject altogether. Now, judges will make the decision on whether or not that murderer, kidnapper, or rapist gets to stay in jail. That's what it comes down to. There, and so I don't know the temperament of the temperament of Illinois judges, or at the very least Chicago judges. Again, guys, we're seeing places destroying itself. Illinois, or rather Chicago, is going to be destroyed. If they saw a high tick in crime, guys, if they saw a higher elevation and a higher level of crime, they saw crime stats skyrocket after they got rid of the bail, or after they did the bail reform. Now with no cash bail, guys, what does that mean? Right? You're going to see more crime. Now, when you start telling the public that, violent crimes, burglary, robberies, arson, kidnappings, rapes, you're not going to be detained, they have up to 48 hours to make a decision what they're going to do with you. Now, again, I don't know the temperament of the judges, so I don't know what they're going to do. Can a judge look at it and go, you know what? You're not a flight risk. Yes, you did rape a little girl, but you're not a flight risk, and you're not a threat to society, so we're going to release you on your own recognizance. I can't see judges doing that. I really can't, especially with the violent crimes. Other things, guys, like drug offense, skipping the turnstile, breaking into a car, breaking into a home where there's no violence, I can see them absolutely kicking you loose. But then you're going to have people, guys, all over. Kevin, man, thank you for the donation. And thank you for the donation, the person before that. I do apologize for not. Lee, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. So again, guys, we're seeing we're we're going to see this country fall apart. That's the bottom line, and the destruction is it's highly underway by the Democrats. Now, yes, Republicans are not helping, and I know some of you are going to say it's not a Republican Democrat thing. It absolutely is when the Democrats are the one destroying cities. They are actively going out of their way telling criminals, or rather protecting criminals, telling criminals, you know what, you guys are having such a hard way at life. We're going to let you get out of prison early. We're going to hope that you make it back to court. So here goes a Metro card. God bless. Right? Meanwhile, I want a firearm to protect my family. And they're like, go fuck yourself. You don't deserve to protect yourself from criminals. What if you kill one of them? That's what they're saying to me. And that's what I'm hearing. So again, guys, it's the destruction is not much we can do about it, other than, well, okay, sorry, let me walk that back. There's a lot we can do about it, but are we willing to do something about it? And I'm talking about the legitimate hard shit, the shit that can end a lot of people in jail. Are we willing to do that? That's what it comes down to. And how many of us are going to go in alone, or how many of us are going to team up and get it done? Because unfortunately, guys, these politicians don't give a fuck, and they are delusional. If Kathy Hochul thinks she's going to protect New Yorkers by telling the Supreme Court to go fuck themselves and making stricter laws for gun owners, not criminals, because guys, this bitch forgot that criminals don't follow gun rules. They don't look at gun laws. They didn't go, oh my God, did you hear what Kathy Hochul said? Guys, stop the robbery, put the guns down. We can't do this anymore. We have to listen to this lady, and we have to put our firearms away. She says that they're illegal, so we might as well listen and not do it. Thank you for the donation. I'm not even going to play myself and pronounce that name, but I do appreciate it. And yes, I did see that FDNY former captain, he ripped into the city council. That was pretty good. That was a good speech, right? Saying I couldn't take the arm ticket, therefore I couldn't eat at a restaurant, but I could run into a burning building. I mean, yeah, uh, great fucking speech. For those of you looking for it, it's all over Instagram, and it's making its rounds, which is really good. If I can get the original to that speech, I will put it up on the Angry Truth channel. Anyway, guys, with that, again, are criminals gonna fucking listen? No, they're not, and this is the fucking problem. This is the problem. Uh, Yes, pinball. Thank you for joining us tonight, by the way. And yes, Hochul is making me want fucking Cuomo back. I'm like, man, that guy was a fucking dick, but I would rather him than her. I mean, but though, listen, they're both just as bad. I don't think one is better than the other at all. You know, it's again, guys, it's all, and yes, it's all by design. It has to be. And no, Jankman, I'm not watching House of the Dragon. I didn't even watch the other one. What the fuck was it called? Game of Thrones. I didn't watch that shit. I don't get me wrong. I like the whole Lord of the Rings bullshit, but I didn't like. There was. It just didn't call to me. Whatever. So, guys, what are you going to do? Because here's the thing, they are actively going out of their way to destroy the country, right? So they're legitimately taking out the checks and balances. This lady, Hochul, says that we had a balance here. No, you didn't. You didn't have a balance. Here in New York City, at the very least, somebody like myself who worked for the fire department, who had a clean record for the last 30 years, right? 15, yeah, 30 years, had a clean record. And yeah, I got arrested when I was a kid. Now, with all of that, you would think that I can go in there and get a full carry. I couldn't. What do you want a full carry for? To protect myself. Well, we have the cops to protect you. They can't really protect me because they're an afterthought. And then they're like, well, no, well, then you just have to give the criminals what they want. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So, no Lord of the Rings, I'm unsubscribing. And so, and guys, if you had a business and you moved $5,000 a day or more, you can own a full carry. That's like in my video I said 1%. That's actually less than 1% of the population that can own a firearm. Don't get me started on the Hasidic Jews in Brooklyn who were paying people under the table to get their full carries. All right. So again, it only went out to who they deemed can carry or whoever had a favor in their back pocket. Zeldin, guys, seems to be the person that everybody wants me to vote for. I got to look more into him before I vote into this guy because I don't trust politicians, man. I just don't. I have no faith in them whatsoever. A real person who was running for president was Trump, and that was it. And I'm not a big fan of Trump. You guys know that, right? But nonetheless, the guy was fucking a straight shooter and straightforward. We need more fucking politicians like that. George Washington and the rest of them were probably fucking as straight shooter as can be, being that they were men of their times. Now we got a bunch of bitches running here playing the fucking political game, fucking saying this in front of that person, saying that behind that person's back. I can't operate like that. I can't operate fucking because I would tell everybody off. I would call AOC a whore. I would throw a shoe at fucking Hochul. I would fucking choke out Eric Adams. Like I couldn't fucking be in a political game. I'd be fucking armbarring the shit out of half the fucking political guys out there. That stuttering prick, what's his name, Jamani Williams? I'd be fucking choking his ass out with his dreads. So I mean, like, I couldn't do this, and it takes a special kind of person to be a politician and to stay focused on the mission. I couldn't do it. I don't have that. I don't have the patience. Trump announced that he will run for 2024. Jay, is that true? Because I didn't see anything yet that he announced it. It would have been all over the fucking news, and my phone is not blowing up. But whatever. Even if he does, guys, I think we're still in trouble. I think just because he runs, it's not going to get better. It really isn't. I think we're going to see, because of the whole MAGA Republican crap, we're going to see a lot of infighting. I'm gonna tell you right now, if he does run, I'm running out today, tomorrow, whenever it is, and get me a fucking MAGA t-shirt. I am going to be looking for fucking fights because that's what these liberals out here want. Now, keep in mind, guys, the black community, for the most part, don't give a fuck. They really don't care. And the liberals, the white liberals, they're the ones who care. And those are the people I'm going to be fucking throwing sneakers and shoes and spam at because they're the ones that are going to say some shit, make a fucking face. If I go into a restaurant, which they're probably going to spit my food or tell me we can't serve your kind here, whatever it is. But, guys, we have to fight back. The moving in Illinois, what's going on, the Chicago bullshit. What are people supposed to do? Are people supposed to leave just because of what's going on? No, people got to fight. People have to absolutely, guys, stand up for themselves and fucking fight. And we're not doing that. We're all moving. We're like, fuck that, man. We got to move somewhere else. And then what happens when it reaches your state? Now, granted, when it reaches your state, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to take a few years to get to where Texas is headed. Texas, guys, is undoubtedly going to fucking turn blue. Undoubtedly. They were fucking inundated by the California idiots and some New Yorkers. I saw it there. I saw the liberalism, and then when I try to work, when I try to apply for Austin PD, I saw the liberalism through and through. So, again, guys, it's bad. And running and moving to another state and moving to a red state, guys, is not the fucking solution. It just isn't. I think states like California and New York are a lost cause, or are they? Are these states really a lost cause? Maybe if people stood up and fought hard. I'm talking about fighting hard, guys. I'm talking about fucking putting it all on the fucking line. All of it. Going to every fucking rally, rallying people up, getting them emotional, getting them to turn out without fucking being violent. Getting everybody there and fucking yelling and screaming and doing what needs to be done. Telling everybody we need to vote for this fucking guy because he's going to make shit right. Running is not the option. I know that a lot of you are telling me to leave New York City, but leaving New York City is for a different reason. Leaving a city as a prepper is an entirely different reason. Shit goes south, shit's going to get bad here. But if you want to change it, you want to keep your country the way it is, or you want to change it back or divert it from going where this country is going, you got to stay in the fucking blue states and you got to fucking fight. So, again, hangry, live in Chicago, ready to stay and fight. LaShalle, very good. I mean, listen, again, running is not the answer. You know what's crazy? We watch the refugees in other countries leave their countries in droves because those fucking pussies didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fucking fight, guys, and then we all took them in. Countries like the United States, England, or the UK rather, sorry, fucking Canada. We take these fucking lack of nutsacks in because they didn't want to fight. They were scared. Well, now, guys, we can't run. Where the fuck are we going to run? To Mexico? We're going to run Iran or Afghanistan? No. We can't go anywhere. Unfortunately, we have to fight. Yes, pinball, exactly. Pinball states the only violence in and politics is done by liberals. There's not been one example of violence by conservatives. No, but they try to make motherfuckers look like they're violent. Conservatives are violent. They always throw this, like, again, guys. In one of the videos with Hochul, she throws out this bullshit stats on gun violence. How New York has less gun violence than than the state of Mississippi, and she rattled off a couple states. But if you did it by cities, New York is up there in the top 5 or the top 3 as far as violent cities go. If there were more gun owners here, we'd have less violence in the city because less criminals don't want. First of all, these criminals out here, they're straight pussies. They don't have a gun. They're not robbing you for the most part. They're not robbing you with your hands. They're not robbing you with a knife. They're going to pull a gun. And if you shoot one of these guys in the kneecap, they're going to be fucking singing and crying for their mother. So a lot of them don't want to get into a gunfight. That's why they avoid robbing cops until they rob a cop. And yes, they have robbed 2 cops this year, which is unheard of. It's just even more unheard of that these cops didn't fucking fight like hell. Once the criminal puts his hand on your gun, you should be breaking every vertebrae in his back so for him not to get that gun. Every last one. Shoot him in the neck, shoot him in the head. Dude, something needs to happen for you to keep that gun and not give it up. Now, of course, those cops are getting their balls broken in the precinct, but the officers and the higher up are like, well, you did the right thing. But now there's an extra gun on the street. They're not getting that gun back. That gun is not turning up. You know why that gun's not going to turn up? Because back in the day, guys, if you robbed a cop and you took his gun, every last fucking police snitch were on this dude. They turned him in. The gun was fucking back within a couple of days. Now, you don't have that. You don't have anybody to lean on their fucking CIs or their snitches out there. And so the gun's just going to disappear. Gone. They'll never see it again until it ends up in a crime or some shit. Because we don't have fucking men anymore. We don't have men on the police force. We have a lot of guys who are trying to buy their time and wait to get the fuck out. And then we have these new guys, if you want to call them men, being hired in NYPD who don't have fucking nutsacks. I'm pretty sure fucking some of the women have more balls than a lot of the guys in the police force around the country. These guys lost their fucking edge. Either they have low T, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But the fact, guys, is that the country is falling apart and no one's doing anything to correct it. At the very least, like a guy at the World Trade Center memorial mass, he says that politicians are doing nothing to bring the country together. They're only doing more damage to further divide us. And he hit it on the head. And he looked at the politicians as all of those fucking blowhards were sitting there doing nothing, sitting there like they were sorry and somber. Those fucking people don't care. Listen, they can care fucking less about 9/11. The only people who care about 9/11 is the fucking those who were there, who lived in the city, or if you know someone who was involved or whatever. Bobo World, that was one incident, and it was not about her not wearing a mask. There was more to that situation. But again, when you watch half the video, because initially that's what it looked like. It looked like she was getting her ass handed to her because she didn't have a mask on. No, there was a lot more to that video than was seen in the news. When it comes to cops and video, guys, I don't believe shit until I see the whole thing. And that's for anything now. That's for anything that goes on video. I don't give a fuck if it's a cop, it's a chick, it's a black dude, it's a white guy, it's a priest, or none. I need to see the entire fucking beginning of that video to the end to make my judgment on what went on, right? That teacher that pushed that kid, that shoved that kid, I'm pretty sure that kid had it coming to him. I am 1,000% sure that kid was a little fucking asshole. But, I guess shoving a kid on camera and then not telling us what was going on, all we saw was a teacher shove a kid. We're like, why did the teacher do that? He shouldn't have did that. Fuck that little kid. I'm pretty sure that fucking kid's a little fucking asshole and had it coming to him, right? But again, I'm making that assumption, but I'm also leaving it open to maybe this teacher was out of line. But until we find out the full story of what happened, right? That's all we can do. But to sit there and believe a lot of this shit, fuck that. If you care about freedom, you do not support pigs. A Kush monster. Unfortunately, I do care about freedom. Cops do have their place. But when cops do overstep, and we've seen it time and time again, when they do overstep, they should absolutely be reprimanded when they do so, when they impede on people's freedoms. But guess what, guys? Guess where the laws come from? It doesn't come from the cops. So a lot of you guys, again, who are cop haters, need to know one thing. Just notice one thing. It doesn't come from the cops, guys. It comes from the politicians you motherfuckers elect. That's where it comes from. All the laws come from politicians. There's not a fucking round table of cops sitting there going, you know what? Let's complicate motherfuckers' lives and let's do X, Y, and Z. All of the laws that are written come from some asshole in a suit who's never done police work. That's where it comes from, guys. So again, I support police because I've been raised around it. I've seen the shit they go through. Yes, I've also seen some fucked up shit they've done. But guess what? That's the goddamn streets. I'm not concerned about a fucking cop killing me. I'm concerned about an EDP that's running. EDP is a emotionally disturbed person. I'm worried about an emotionally disturbed person running around the streets, knifing people for no reason. Cops are not doing that. Yes, Chad Gambler. Cops have set up people with drugs. I get it. They're fucking drug dealers that set up their own dealers to get busted by the cops. It's not a perfect world. But again, to use the cops set up drug dealers, whatever. Over petty traffic law. Kush Monster. Without PD, you'll see what's going to happen. That's a fact. You're worried about them robbing hardworking Americans over traffic violations and lock people in cages. That's bullshit. There's motherfuckers shooting people in the back. Black men shooting other black men in the back for their fucking sneakers. So give me a rest about a fucking cop that might have it out or wants to write tickets. I'll take a ticket off of bullshit over any day of the week over getting shot in the back because a motherfucker wants my sneakers or my car. I'm not worried about a cop jacking me. I'm worried about a fucking another dude jacking me. And at this point, I'm even worried about white crazy dudes in the street stabbing me in the fucking neck. I'm not worried about the cops. If you're worried about the cops, then you have the wrong mindset. You're looking at something else. I don't know what the fuck you're worried about. And yes, they enforce unconstitutional gun laws, Kush. But where does that come from? It comes from politicians. Unfortunately, guys, as we saw with the pandemic, we had a lot of businesses enforce unconstitutional rules and restrictions. All right. So again, if you're worried about the smaller thing, you need to be worried about the bigger picture. Well, yes, Bobo World. They will. I mean, will they? Are they really what you call protection? Because a lot of cops throw fucking politicians in jail and don't give a fuck who they are. And you know what happens to those cops when they arrest politicians that they shouldn't have arrested? They get reassigned to fucking bullshit details and shit. In some cases, they might get fired. Depends on how big that politician is. It does happen, but you don't hear about it. They pull over politicians for drinking and driving a lot around the country, a lot, but you don't hear about it. And when they tell them, oh, maybe you shouldn't arrest that dude, they arrest him anyway and they get reassigned. So again, guys, it's a complicated issue. For those that are not in that world, it's hard to explain. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sit there and act like all cops are angels. They're not. There's some cops out there, guys, that you want to punch in the face. Period. Kush Monster, but it comes to unconstitutional laws being set. Again, you're worried about the low hanging fruit, which is the cop. You need to be focused on the fucking the politicians who make those laws. That's what you need to be focused on. Why are you going for the low hanging fruit when you can go to the main source? That's my whole point. It's easy to the guys. You can blame anything on the cops because that's what the politicians want you to do. Blame everything on the cops. Now, yes, certain cops like in Australia, yo, I would take fucking bats to those dudes out there in Australia. You fucking kidding me? Some of the shit they were doing, and they were even saying, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do this, but they're telling us we have to. Then the guy was like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to do this at all. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. There were a lot of cops that did not push the restriction. Sorry. You saw one or two videos and you guys had it up in your head. Yeah, fucking all cops did it. No. I watched hundreds, if not thousands of cops not give a fuck about not wearing a mask in a store, not wearing a mask on a train. Matter of fact, when motherfuckers are jumping on the turnstile, there were cops looking at dudes jump over the turnstile and not doing a fucking thing about it. You know why? Because no one has their backs. But then, not saying you, Kush, but people like you then blame cops when crime goes up. You can't get it both ways. You can't say, oh, they're enforcing unlawful what you call, and then they stop enforcing the law because they're getting their asses handed to them. And then you turn around and go, they're not doing their job, see? You can't get it both ways. It's one way or the other. And yes, if for the most part, and I hate to say this, but if cops had bigger balls, because we all saw them lose their nuts once they had to get the arm ticket. We saw a lot of a lot of firemen, a lot of EMTs, sanitation workers lose their nuts, right? And they fucking turned. If cops had more constitutional learning and or knew what was what, there's a lot. Listen, guys, there's a lot of cops that let a lot of shit go. That's all I'm gonna say. I watched a lot of cops let a lot of shit go that they said, dude, it's not that big of a deal. If those two guys get into this is a cop telling me this. Those two guys get into a fist fight right now. All I'm gonna do is sit here and make sure not one of them pull out a knife or a gun. And after they're done, I'll walk over there. You guys done? And let them go in their separate ways. The problem is, guys, you guys are hearing about again. You let the media control your emotions. There it is. The media controls your emotions because for the few cops that do get caught doing dumb shit, everyone thinks all cops are bad. I've worked with hundreds of cops. There might have been one or two out of that hundreds of cops I work with that were assholes. So again, guys, don't let your emotions be fucking taken by social media, by the bullshit you're seeing in the news. Yes, you got certain cops that you see from beginning to end, and they should absolutely get fired. But not all cops are bad. All right, guys. So with that being said, we're at the 30-minute mark. So I'm not going to do I was going to do the angry truth. I don't know. We'll see by the end whether or not I do the angry truth or not. On the black only channels and the bridge white and black topics together. Callie Singh, can you? I guess together. I even have some guest speakers. Unite, use, stand, and divide we fall. Yes, Callie Singh. That's a good idea. This is what she said. Angry Prepper would Shrek please cover some of the politics on the black only channels and bridge the white and black topics together. Even have some guest speakers unite your stand. So, yeah, listen, guys, we've had this conversation before, this whole race conversation. You know what I mean? And hipsters like the angry truth. All right, Dan, thank you. The problem, the bottom line, guys, is that sorry. Oh my God, you can see all my mess here, right? It's a lot. I am fucking horrendous. My wife is so mad at me right now. She's like, "You're taking over this," and it gets worse each day. Each day I add like a new something, to this couch. And I'm not doing it on purpose, but I'll straighten this out. Anyway, not the point. The point, guys, is that the whole race thing um, is getting out of control. We have black people now telling white people they can't see Black Panther 2 on its first day of release. Now, guys, yes, culturally we are different. I don't think that we are meant um, to always get along. It's impossible for the human race to do that. I've said this last week. We just can't. We should be able to understand each other and respect each other. But as far as getting along, it's almost impossible. And especially when people always bring race into the mix. Like, I mean, me being black, I swear I'm either an Uncle Tom or I'm a fucking Negro or a nigger. You choose. And I'm always riding that line with people. Um, but black channels that blame everything on white people, they're just assholes. They're idiots. They're morons. They're fucking what you call. They're idiots of the world because you have white channels that do the same. They blame black folks for everything. Our jobs are being taken away from the illegals. This is happening because of black folks. This is happening because of the Puerto Ricans. It's like, and everybody wants to blame everybody, and everybody needs to take 10 steps back and look at who's starting this blame, who's starting this division. Of course, it's the politicians, the motherfuckers in charge. They're starting this whole thing and going, let's stir the pot with the KKK again. Let's stir that pot. Let's have them, let's have them act up. And then we'll have the BLM people. Yes, we'll have them blame white people for some fucking shit. And everybody will start blaming everyone. Now, Mississippi Soldier. I wouldn't say segregation. I just don't think that we're built to get along with everyone. And we're just not. And maybe that's a people thing. I don't think that everyone's meant to get along. World peace and the kumbaya is a fucking pipe dream. As long as there's evil on this planet, there will never be harmony. Never. A lot of those tree hugging hippies, they seem to think that you can harmonize fucking evil away. If we sing kumbaya and sit in a semicircle around the fire, that we can wash racism away, we can wash evil away. You cannot wash something away that was put on earth at the same time as good. It's impossible. It's yin and yang. It goes without saying, guys. It's a mix. There will always be evil. If you genetically modified humans to be good, you're going to get a diversion from that, and somebody out of that group of genetically modified good people will end up being evil. It is just what it is. As long as evil exists, you are never, ever gonna fucking have peace on this planet. Ever. So, I mean, I've had this conversation before with a couple people, and they were like, but we gotta try. Try for what? Why don't you try fucking ice skating uphill and see where that fucking gets you? You're not gonna make it, dude. Unless you have crampons and the fucking ice picks, then. But we have to understand that as long as there's evil, guys, it is what it is. And Lisa, yes, racism is taught, but racism is also observed, and people never, ever mention that. Racism is observed, guys. You will look at groups of people and come up with your own ideology of them. It's just what it is. And people forget that part. You'll look at a group of people and go, well, why the fuck are they always walking, always sitting on a street corner, always doing this, always doing that, whatever it is, Chinese, blacks, Indians, whatever it is. You're always going to fucking make an observation of something about a group of people and dislike it for whatever reason it is. That's the problem, guys. Is that we, for example, you'll look at black folks. I'm using this as an example, right? And you'll go into a McDonald's, and the McDonald's is run like shit, and that's been my experience. But if you go to a restaurant in North Carolina where there's black folks, it's run a little differently. It's a little cleaner. Oh, it's a lot cleaner, and there's a little more respect. But then you go to California and you go to all white McDonald's where they take pride in their job and their shirts and the whole uniform, and you're like, holy shit, this is ran a little differently. It's about people's behaviors in groups. Uh, Mr. Thick Mick, the Asian punching thing, I don't know what that's about. I really I couldn't tell you. I have a theory what it is, but guys, listen, it's not a black and white thing, but again, when you observe groups of people doing certain shit, I mean, like white trash, for example, doing whatever fucking white trash does, you look at them and go, why the fuck are they doing that? And then you look at Indians and you go, why the fuck are they constantly pushing past people in the fucking subway? Or why are Chinese people constantly pushing past people in the subway? Or why do fucking Hasidic Jews always squeeze their fat asses in between fucking this much space? You start noticing that about people, and then you make this assumption. Keep in mind, they're just assholes, right? Because it's not all of India. But when you watch people come together and do certain things that you might not like, then it becomes an issue. Like I've watched Dominican dudes, for example, in Washington Heights, will beat up on somebody black because they don't speak Spanish. And I've had that happen to me twice growing up as a kid. And then I've had it happen to me, not get beat up, but I had to get into an argument with somebody because I didn't speak Spanish. And they fucking had the audacity to be like, you should learn our language. And I'd be like, and I'm like, why should I learn your language? You're in this fucking country. But like, because you live in this neighborhood. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? So I would have this conversation all the time. Now, again, guys, race thing aside, people are just always going to be assholes. And that's the bigger issue. We have to identify that first. But when people get into their groups and they get into their cliques, that's where racism also comes from. It comes from that shit too. Because people will get together and they want to act like they don't like that black dude or they don't like that white guy. And they get cliquish. And that's part of the fucking problem. Hudson Valley, I don't know what's happening on the 24th. You know what? I was supposed to call my buddy back, but he said something about that earlier today. He left me a message, and I was supposed to call him back, and I didn't. But maybe someone will explain on the chat. So, with that, guys, the only way to fight racism, the only way I truly believe you could fight racism is if you don't acknowledge race. Now, clearly, guys, you're going to acknowledge race. You're going to meet me and go, my God, that's a big black guy. Like I look at some white dudes, I'm like, that's a big ass white boy. But don't act on it. Don't hate because of it. You have to, like Martin Luther King, you have to judge everybody by their character and their individualism. You can't fucking just look at a black dude and go, well, that guy's a sack of shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I look at certain people's characters and I'm like, this guy's a fucking dick. White, black, Indian, Chinese, I don't give a fuck. I look at their character, I'm like, what the fuck? Seriously? You know? And sometimes you can gauge people before they open their mouth. Sometimes. But in interracial marriage, it's hard to fit in. Old Mutt says he's in an interracial marriage, it's hard to fit in. Yeah, you're not supposed to fit in. You know? Someone just made a mistake. The Germans are invading what? What are the Germans invading now? What, the Germans now or the Germans back in World War II and we're time traveling? What's going on? Anyway, either somebody email me or I'll call. End time prepper. Maybe, maybe not. There are people who are trained. And yes, I know not many people are trained to take mace or combat mace, if you will. I've seen some people you spray it in their face and just like no tear ducts. They just and they're like they're fucking they're back in the game. Tally Quality does that race card BS. Listen, guys, the race card. Listen, you'll never hear me play the race card. I'll never be like, oh, you're doing this because I'm no. Let me walk that back. I don't play the race card to play the race card, but if someone's being a racist prick to me, I'll call them out on it. But I'm not gonna just say it to say it. I'm not gonna say my YouTubers left me because I'm black. They thought I was white this whole time. Like, I'm like that's fucking that's actually that's a little over the top. But you get my point, guys. I won't play the race card. I think playing the race card is a weak move. Um, and yeah, I think that's my issue with it. It's a very very weak move. Uh, and I can't stand people who do it. I can't stand people who play the race card. But racism, guys, it's just it's out there. There's not much we can do about it. And yes, I think black people do get the brunt of it, but some of it is from our societal, the way we live, the way we do shit. Guys, when I was in EMS, I remember fucking hating white folks for a long time. Some of you guys know this story, and and I remember riding around 3 o'clock in the morning and looking at kids, babies, in their diapers running around the streets at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I would work in a white neighborhood, and you didn't see that. Everybody was home, doing whatever the fuck they do it. What white people do at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, sleep. I don't know, jerk off, fucking, you know. But anyway, with that, guys, I started making up. I'm like, and then I started going into homes, and then every fucking home that was here in Harlem was fucking dirty, as if they were waiting for someone to clean their fucking apartment. But then you go into a Dominican's home, and it was spotless. It was fucking clean. But they demanded you speak Spanish to them. So the racism thing is complex. And Johnny, we're talking about racism because that's where the conversation went today. The conversation sometimes just goes where it goes. I mean, like tonight I had the guest, but he got sick. So the conversation's going wherever the conversation goes. Now the guys are talking about the 24th, and I'm completely fucking lost. Mr. Nobody says racism is a lot worse these days. I think it is. I think because yes, Mr. Nobody, because of BLM. I think all of this shit kicked a lot of dirt in the air, and now people are pissed. You know, who do you think are the filthiest people? WC, who do I think are the filthiest people? It's a hard one because culturally, there's some people that are just fucking slobs. But I noticed that when people get here to the United States, they learn how to clean their act up. So it's a hard one. But yeah, guys. So anyway, a couple announcements, by the way, that I wanted to get off my chest. So let me see if I can pull it up. All right, guys. So the off-grid homestead bundle package is back, right, guys? That's 100 plus ebooks and programs for $50. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. You're not gonna regret that. I looked through the list some more. There's some crazy shit in there. There's some crazy shit that I didn't even think uh, could be a course. But when you look at it and look at how to make money, some of them are how to make money being a homesteader. I guess how to sell whatever you grow and shit like that. I guess, right? But anyway, guys, I'm dropping a link in here for you guys to sign up for. So what happens is you click the link, you'll put your email in, and then when it goes live, which I think is the 17th, when it goes live, guys, you will get a notification, and then you'll buy into it or not, or just browse the website. At the very least, just browse it. Also, guys, I have an Amazon store. Of course, I don't have the fucking link because I'm an asshole. But yes, I have an Amazon store, and what you guys can do, what I'm doing, guys, is I'm having people uh, just follow it. So from time to time, when I update it, you have uh, you have a first, you have a place to go where you can find a lot of the shit um, I post. So hold on, give me 2 seconds to pull this link up. I am such a loser. Right, so, oh, wrong one. There it is. Well, give me a couple seconds to find it. Oh, these fucking people. Or maybe I'll find some other. Boom. Nope. Found it. But yeah. So anyway, guys, and also I was talking about doing relaxation videos. Um, I got to give it time to pull up. I was talking about doing relaxation videos, guys, and yeah. So I started a new channel, and the channel is just relaxing music or relaxing sounds, whatever you choose. What I did is I looked at a lot of my B rolls, guy. I looked at all my B rolls, and I'm like, man, I got a lot of B rolls. Maybe I could do, you know, um, like a mood relaxation kind of channel where listen, all of the shit that's going on, guys, all of this shit that's going on, we need some kind of fucking decompression. And if you can listen to sounds, or you can actually go to the woods and listen to the sounds, um, it's very, it's very decompressing. Jay, I don't follow Corporate Corner. Actually, I am subscribed to him, but I haven't watched a video of his in a long time. But I also haven't. I also haven't. Son of a beach. So it's not one thing; it's the fucking other. Yeah, I haven't like followed any of his tips. I mean, is there something he said wrong, or that I missed? But anyway, guys, the name of the channel is called The Angry Calm. I'll put the link in here in a second, but I'll change the name. I needed a name like now, so I said The Angry Calm. I'll do that, and then once I get subscribers and it grows, I'll uh, I'll change it. But for now, it's The Angry Calm. And hold on, that's the Amazon link, guys. And The Angry Calm, I'm gonna put here in 2 seconds. Give me a second. Again, I wasn't supposed to be doing any of this tonight. I was supposed to have a guest on, but here I am, fucking running my mouth and shooting the shit. All right, all right, guys. So sorry about that. Here's the Lone Wolf. Yes, I was. I was on that stupid show. Links in the chat, guys. He has great tips. I'll start watching him. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be heading back out into the woods again, so yeah, I should. E times prepper. eBay's a pain in the ass. I've done eBay before. I like calm the anger. Mender mom. That's not bad. Leave it. It's fitting. All right. So yes. You know what's funny? Yesterday, guys, I put up a post about longer videos, or of like waves and stuff like that, and then I had you guys said a couple things in that post on the Angry Truth channel. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put shorts of like nature sounds and breaks and shit like that, and then I'll just create a new channel and people can go over there. Yes, Tuesday Nickerson. I'm not going to do like those kind of videos, but again, for those of you that saw the link for the Angry Calm, I have two videos up now. So what I'm doing is I'm releasing a video with music, and I'm releasing a video with just nature sounds. So it's the same footage you're looking at, but one has music behind it, or the other one, and the other one just has the sound of nature, whether that's trickling water, running stream, leaves dropping on the ground, whatever it is. So hopefully, guys, and the thing about that video, again, it's just something to relax. So I made a video last night, and I must have sat here just listening to it, and I'm like, that is really calming. Now, I don't know if because I'm getting old, my testosterone's dropping, and I'm turning a bit of a bitch, but I was like, man, that's really calming. I mean, I'm digging it, you know. Captain said I saw two bears together. So who knows, guys? Escape anger and embrace calm. Anna, that's not bad. Escape anger and embrace calm channel. So yeah, listen, guys. Hopefully, you guys get a kick out of it. I mean, again, in my older days, man, I'm like, I look at these mood things and I'm like, it's just calming. Yes, my mother Sparks. So imagine if I started doing those videos, whispering into it. You fucking asshole! You're such a fucking piece of shit. Everyone fucking hates you. Imagine that shit. Or fucking in the middle of a nice calm video, it breaks and I'm like, stop being a fucking bitch, and then it goes back to nice music. Um, yeah. So no, guys, this is strictly for fucking. Um, This is strictly for relaxing. That's all it is. There'll be zero political talks, zero anything, and yeah, we'll go from there. I mean, the channel will go from there. As far as it, like, getting monetized and all that shit, when I cross that bridge, I'll cross it. But I did. Jay, thank you for that. I did run into an issue. So I bought a song off of one of those royalty free sites, and I turned around and I uploaded the video, and they said it was a copyright issue. And I'm like, yo, it's not a copyright issue. These fucking assholes is called Three Hawk or Hawk 3. They go out, guys, and they purposely dispute music you'll use. Now, when you look at royalty music sites, Escaping Angry. Mender Mom, that's not bad either. Escaping Angry. Um, they go out of their way, if they hear music or something, they dispute it so that they can get paid. So what happens on YouTube, guys, a lot of the times YouTube will not hit you for a copyright track, and if they do, what happens is the song or the money you make for that video goes to that person who's disputing that, what you call it, disputing the song. But when you're doing royalty free, that gives you open usage of that. Bro, I'll make you music. Hudson Valley. Yeah? Really? What? Heavy metal or fucking actual calming music? Whatever it is, you text me. Angryprepper Quiet Storm. Danny Rivera. I like that one, actually. Angryprepper Quiet Storm. Right? And I'm like, this is where you go to relax, you fucking piece of shit. I can say that every now and again. That'll get people going. People all relaxed in a bath or ready to go to sleep, and they hear somebody whispering, you're a piece of shit. That goes over well all the time. But anyway, guys. Yeah, listen. The bullshit, guys, is headed this way, whatever the fuck it is. We gotta prepare for it. We just have to be ready for it, man. And the way to be ready for what's coming is we also have to relax. We cannot be always on point. We can't be high strung. We can't, be fucking, ready to fucking rock and roll. At some point, you gotta relax. I like that. Stacy said, "Are you relaxed now, motherfucker? Are you relaxed? Huh? Do you want me to fucking feed you a Hispanic can?" And then with my AMSMR, I open up the Hispanic can. Right? People love that. And then they love the sound of someone chewing their food. Though some of those AMSR videos are fucking out of ASMR. Sorry, a lot of those videos, man, are fucking weird. The sound of people chewing. Imagine people listening to me chew spam. You out of your fucking mind. That's where I draw the line. That and whispering into a mic. Your fucking mother hates you and your daddy left you. You piece of shit. Anyway. So with that, guys. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do the Angry Truth tonight. And truth be told, I don't really have anything to talk about. I have nothing to talk about tonight for the Angry Truth. Actually, hold on, hold the fuck on. 1 second. No, yeah, I don't. I mean, not really. No, I don't have anything interesting to talk about. That is, I mean, mental health issues amongst the LGBT community. I saw an article on that. I thought it was it was a very interesting, eye-opening video, article. But I'm not going to talk about that shit tonight. Yes, I guess, guys, tonight that's it. This is it. Also, for the next couple of days, I will not have a live stream after today. So tomorrow morning, I'll have a live stream on the Angry Truth channel, the Wednesday midweek reports at 1 o'clock. Why did you start liking him? Anyway, so, and I'll do the Wednesday midweek report tomorrow at 1. And then the rest of this week, I'll mention what I'm doing the rest of this week, but I won't be doing any live streams. I'll release some videos, but no more live streams till next Tuesday. So tomorrow afternoon on the Angry Truth channel, and then next week I will have the Apartment Prepper on, and we'll see from there. And also, next Wednesday I'll have the Female Prepper panel. So That should be fun. And the female prepper panel, as of right now, will be. Don't fuck me. Here it is. The female prepper panel right now will be Alexandra the Great, Angry Homesteader, Vancity Prepper, and Prepper Princess. Um, and so I emailed one other person, but they never got back to me. So whatever. Um, that should be fun. That should be fun time, especially with Prepper Princess. She's like a no shit kind of chick. So that's next week, the 21st, right? That's next week, the 20. Yeah, the 21st is the female prepper panel, and the 20th is apartment prepper, both at 9 o'clock. So we shall. That should be a good time in itself. Sparkles 999 Rose. I will talk about the 9/11 conspiracy theories probably in another month or so. Let's give it a little space. But I do have my own conspiracy theories, and there are things I saw that day that question a lot of shit. But I'm not gonna talk about it now. Calm down the angry. Calm down the angry. I was thinking about that one before. Oh, my mother Sparks is on there too. My bad. Sorry, ma'am. Yo, are you even on this list? No shit. She's on the list now. All right, so I'll have yes, Vancity Prepper, Prepper Princess, Angry Homesteader, Alexandra the Great, and my mother Spark. I apologize for that. Um, my bad. I need a fucking. She is on. She is on with us. Yes. Like, listen, guys. My organization skills suck, man. They really do. I just like people reminding me. Are we going to do a lot? I'm like, fuck. I forgot about it. I'm trying my best to be more organized. As you guys probably can see, is some of like the living room, right? Like this is not organized. My photography camera, and then my YouTube camera, and it doesn't make her happy. Then I got my GoPros and shit. Then I got a fake, practice gun. That's like before I went to Blackwater. I was practicing with this thing, pulling it out of a holster, uh, keeping my trigger finger off the trigger, practicing that way. And then when I went to Blackwater, I had a better understanding of why you do certain things, and it was just muscle memory at that point. Also, walking around with the weight in a holster uh, also changes a lot of the things you do and how you sit and how you walk and all of the bullshit. Someone said your couch makes my brain hurt. Yeah, listen, if my couch makes your brain hurt, Mo Prepper, if you saw this shit over here, you'd fucking pass out. You'd have a stroke. You'd be like, what the fuck? And then that was it. You'd die because you're like, what the hell's that mess over there? I got so much shit, man. I got fucking man. One day I'll show you guys. Like I'm gonna show you guys before I clean it up because I have to clean it up. Rogue preparedness. If I'm not mistaken, I had rogue preparedness on. Yeah, I had rogue preparedness on with Carbon Q, Northern Girl Hobbies, Prepping by Fate, Autumn Backyard Garden. Right? Pretty sure I did. Pretty fucking sure. Yeah, I think I did. If I didn't, I apologize, but I'm so sure I did. Now you motherfuckers are gonna have me sitting there guessing what the fuck. Shit, whatever. I'll handle it. But yes, for the most part, everybody's on it. I have to get to the guys. I got to do the fucking all dude hangout, but that's gonna be a lot, man. Because I interviewed so many guys. So I took the day off, so I better be on. Thank you, my mother Spark. She took the day off. Also, guys, one more thing before I go off the air. Uh, Hudson Valley is having a prepper yard sale camp out on next month, the 15th, right? The 15th of October. End time preppers. You know what? I guess I can do. I can invite you guys on here. I'm using an app called Ecamm. All I have to do is send you guys an email, and then you could jump in. So I guess I should do that. But if I'm gonna have any of the guests on or any of my viewers on who don't really have channels, um, I would do. Well, Johnny's one of them. He's a constant. Bobo World because I think she likes breaking my balls a lot, but nonetheless, it should be fun. So yeah, I'll think about it. Rapture Ready's another one. Uh, Staten Island Prepper, Penny Prepper, another two that keep popping up. Get your camera ready, boys and girls. Yeah, End Time Prepper's right. Get your camera ready, guys. Militant Roots is another one. Deanna Walters. There's a lot of you fucking guys, by the way. So, yeah, that would be over a course of some times. I just don't want any nut jobs. I really don't. Because if it comes down to it, guys, if you guys are fucking out there, I'm shutting the shit off. I'll tell you that now. I mean, listen, I'm all for free speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but you start talking about fucking aliens and Trump being an alien, all kinds of weird, crazy shit, and you love spam, you're out, out. Especially if you love spam. Noodlehead's another one. It's another one. Christian Prepper, definitely. I like to have him on. Hill Country Prepper, guys, is going to be on. I got to give him a couple dates. Thank you for showing up tonight. I got to give you a couple dates, guys. Vincent Boogaloo, Mo Prepper. There's a lot of you guys that would have on. Hammer AZ, absolutely. Escape from Babylon. Spam. Uh, Sheena's another one. So, by the way, guys, Sheena had her birthday live stream, which was 9 hours long. That was super fucking impressive, man. I was super impressed. It was I mean, I didn't sit there for 9 hours. I didn't sit there for 9 hours. I watched a little bit of it. It was so long. Because now I'm watching her shit, and it went off the air and it said ended 30 minutes ago. So, Sheena Kinovore Life, right? So that's her channel. So I go on, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, is that 9 minutes? Is that? And I look at it again. I'm like, 9 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck, man? All right. And then I look again. I was like, that's 9 minutes. That's 9 fucking hours. I'm like, holy shit. She hung out for 9 hours on her shit for her birthday bash. Pretty fucking cool, man. Pretty cool. So, and she talked about a lot of shit. She covered a wide range of shit. So it was pretty cool to see somebody do that. Anyway, guys, with that, there's nothing wrong with aliens, Robert. Just if you start talking that, like, Trump is a lizard person or Queen Elizabeth is a lizard person, I'm like, you gotta go. You gotta keep it fucking somewhat sensible. Talk about prepping and keep it to that. What's your status on the what is the status on your carry concealed gun permit? Dion, right now they're fucking making it almost absolutely incredibly hard to get it. I'm looking to fill everything out. I have all my paperwork to fill out everything. The only thing is my social media is gonna bite me in the ass. All right, guys, anybody on here? Can you please email me or Mike? Tell me what the fuck's going down on September 24th because they said something. Listen, guys, for as long as I've been alive, something was going to happen on all the dates that were given from when we were kids to now, right? So unless there's a media that's going to smash into us, and we know that for a fact, I'm going to take that 24th shit with a grain of salt for now. It's got to be plausible. A nuclear attack, maybe. If Russia's not going to sit there and go, guys, the 24th, we're going to bomb you guys. They're not doing that shit. They're really not. I don't think they have what you call it to do so. All right, guys, for the 1,000th time, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to drop my wait a second. Sorry. The angry calm in the chat one more time. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hold on. There it is. And yes, somebody just said it. Somebody just fucking said it. Where are you? Where the fuck are you? You said something about lizard people. There's nothing's going. Joseph said nothing's going down the 24th. All right, probably nothing. I'll send it to you right now. Penny Prepper said nothing's happening on the 21st. Searching on YouTube. William Alexander. If I search it on YouTube, Robert McKenzie said Trump is a lizard person. They're all lizard people because we can't understand them. I guess I don't know. She's not anymore. What type of gun do you want? Mike, I have no clue what kind of gun I want. When I get to that point, Mike, I'm going to ask the most controversial question known to YouTube history. What kind of firearm should I get? That question alone should start a fucking firestorm in the chat and in the comment section below. So we shall definitely see. Uh, we should definitely see where this goes. Um, as far as the whole firearms thing, once I can get it, we shall see. Anyway, guys, with that, I'm gonna go off the air. I'm fucking tired. I had enough. I will see you guys tomorrow on the Angry Truth channel. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching.